o'clock. Yes, it's me, Anne Scholes, your psychic medium here, answering your questions live on air. There is a live button at the top of your screen, so that's how you know I am live streaming into your home. And I welcome all your questions. You can ask me everything apart from steer clear of health questions, but everything else, relationships, career, your family, home, situation. There's so many questions you can ask. And this is our third time of doing. So I'm really pleased that you've sent me lots of questions on the other 2 weeks. And so this is keeping me busy and keeping the service going, because if you want the service, you have to use it. Yeah, makes sense. So if you want to know who I am and you're not aware of me or heard of me, then yes, this is Anne Scholes and psychic medium. I have been working this way. You know, really, it's all your life you've been doing this, but you don't really realize until I didn't realize till later on in life that what I was seeing and getting wasn't the norm. I thought everybody got it. So that was the kind of situation I was in until I started to sit down and meditate and develop it. And then on it goes. Once you start to develop, everything opens up. And as big a surprise to me as anybody else, I didn't set out to be a medium, to be honest. But here we are. And it's been amazing over the years. I've worked in numerous countries. I have read for numerous celebrities. I have been in numerous magazines, numerous radio shows, TV, and also even was it Gala Bingo? Yeah, I was actually on Gala Bingo doing questions as well for them. I used to do a spot in London for them. So I've been everywhere. Like I say, all sorts of magazines as well. And so I've got a lot of experience to bring to the readings. I have a team of guides. This is how it works. I have developed a team of guides who come in and guide me. My guides link into your guides. Yes, you do have a guide or more. And so therefore, they're the ones with the wisdom. So there's that communication going on between the two guides that comes then through me. I channel it through me. I use the cards as to sort of open up the space. I am an intuitive card reader as well, because I get names, and that's never written in the cards, is it? So I get names and different things, visions. I hear them, I see them, I feel them, smell, taste. So all the senses are going when I'm in a reading as well. So everything is on a very heightened level to be able to bring through the communication and the answers to your questions. Okay. So you've already sent loads of questions in. Now, I will say there is a quick way to cheat. Gotta call it that, because although you can send your question in for free, and I will work through those, and we only have an hour, so there are a lot here. You can actually use the VIP service where you pay a small amount and your question will go to the top of the queue. Did you like that? Top of the queue, so it will get answered quicker. So if you are not able to stay on for an hour and you need to nip out and you want a question answering, then use the VIP service and you will get it answered a lot quicker. Fair enough too. So I'm going to have a look at the questions now. We're going to start the show. I have a lot of cards with me. I do use Ciro Marchetti's, forgive the way I pronounce it, Theromathety cards, who is an amazing designer, very 3D. I love his cards. I also have the Rider-Waite holographic deck, which you will see sort of can change color on your screen. I have my Love Oracle deck if you want to know how somebody is feeling about you or what do they think of you. And then I have a smaller version of Ciro Marchetti's Legend of Dreams cards as well, along with my angel cards. I am an angelic Reiki master teacher. I do healing. I do teach about guardian angels. I have my very own guardian angel, as do you. And she's called Anastasia. She certainly is. She's brilliant. So a lot of divine energy with me tonight, and every time I come on here and I'm logged on to take your call, to empower you, to move you forward, and to try and bring some clarity into your readings. for you to move forward with. So that's a little bit about me. So over to you. So the first question that's come in tonight is from Sloane's Lass. I don't want to say that too quick, I might get a tongue twister. So Sloane's Lass says, "Hi Anne, does my ex realise the seriousness of his current actions and understand the consequences that the children and I are facing? If so, will he stop?" Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sloane's Lass. It's hard, isn't it, when there is a split and there's children. So let's have a look and see. Will he stop what he's doing and putting you in a precarious situation? Right, okay, let's have a look. Right, okay, so there is a little bit of magic in the air here. We do have the Magician, but I also have the Tower. Now, everybody goes, oh, not the Tower. But the Tower is a sudden change. And there is a sudden realization by him, because he's got the heartbreak here, betrayal, and the family card. So I want to say, yes, he will stop, but I want to try and find a timing for it. So very quickly, it's going to take a little while. I have got balance and harmony. It's going to take maybe another, could be up to 11 weeks here with this before he finally stops. Yeah, and you're in a much happier situation. Obviously, you can take that to the phone lines and get a reading. I'm going to be on here after this live at 8 o'clock through till 9. If you need me on longer, I will stay on longer. We also have a whole host of psychics, as you know, on Ask the Answer. So I would get a little bit more information on that. But I would say within the next 12 weeks, 11, 12 weeks. But there will be some kind of sudden change around him. Does he know it just yet? Not yet, but the epiphany is coming, as we say. He will have that meltdown light bulb moment about everything, okay? So I'll leave that with you, and thank you for sending in your question. Right, let's move on to the next question, which is Samandeep. Good evening, Samandeep. My boyfriend of 3 years, Govinda Sandhu, has recently broken up with me. Do you see us ever getting back together? If so, when? He told me he needs to be alone, but is there a third party involved? Apologies if I haven't pronounced the names right, but let's have a look at him and see what's going on. Is there a reconciliation? Is there a third party? Let's have a look and see. Interesting. Well, this comes out as yes to both your questions, because this would suggest that there is somebody else around. We have the Lovers, okay? So somebody else interfering in the relationship. However, what I will say here as well is also the card for reconciliation, coming back together. And there's the other person. I don't have your date of birth, but I've got you down as the mum, because you've got the Empress here. And I feel that 2 months' time, there's a sense of him starting to offer up hand of friendship to make his way back in. But I want to say that by the time we get to that point, how you emotionally feel today and how you will emotionally feel by that time will be completely different. So I don't know that you would want to take him back. Looking at this, you may just refuse him. I know you might be saying that's not going to happen just yet, but that's where you're at today. we've still got some time yet to play out as to where your emotions will be when we get to that time of 2 months. So in answer to your question, yes to both, but I feel that you need to do some thinking about what you would accept and what you wouldn't accept when he does. But again, you can always get a reading to get a little bit more information on it, okay? Lots of love and look after yourself, okay? Thanks for your question. Right, okay. Let's clear the board and let's get the next question up. And this is from Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. She says, I've had no contact from Jake for the past 2 weeks. What do you see happening going forward? Right, you've had no contact. Let's use my love oracle cards. You've had no contact for the last 2 weeks. What is Jake doing? Right. I'm just going to pull. It's very contradictory, this, because on one hand it's saying he's missing you, and on the next it's saying making new memories. So there's a little bit of a contradiction I feel that's going on here. Let me just have a look and see. The Hanged Man. Okay, right. So this is the Hanged Man is all about delays. Okay, which he's not spoken to for 2 weeks. So this is the energy of the Hanged Man. Nothing coming forward at the moment. Right, 9 of Cups, a wish is granted, and a big sorting out. I would say, my darling, you have another 9-10 days before there's going to be any contact, but there needs to be something sorted out between the two of you. And there is the 10 of Swords, which is he's feeling, the longer he leaves it, the more he feels a little bit fearful of getting in touch. So he has the fear there, knows he's going to have to work hard to win you back. There's the communication. It looks like it's 10 to 12 days before there's going to be any more contact or anything coming in from him. But he does seem to be conflicted, maybe because of the length of time that he's not been in touch with you, feels a little bit guilty, feels he should have been in touch a little bit sooner. I don't feel he's gone. His energy's still around you, so I don't feel he's gone for good. But it's just proving quite a testing time. So taking some time out to look at his own life as well. So I'll leave that with you, Stephanie, okay? Lots of love and thanks for sending in your question. If you can put their star sign on or the date of birth, although I'm not an astrologer, I can pick them up in the cards as well, because I could, when I'm looking at your questions, I look for the star signs as well so that I know I've got the right person. So if you can send that in your texts, that would be fantastic. Now we have Roxana. We've got a lot of long texts today. So we've got Roxana says, my partner and I had a conversation today about breaking up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We have 2 young children together. He seems quite clear he can't see it working. Will we break up? Well, that's sad. Let's have a look and see what's going on. So I could do with a star sign or a name. I haven't got any other energy. The more energy your partner, Classimus right, your partner, the more energy you have in a text, the more specific the response we can get at this end. So let's identify Roxana's partner. Is he going to break up? He's convinced he can't wait. What's his why does he want out? That's the question. Right. It's very interesting, this. Right, okay, so here is your partner making the suggestion. That's the offer he's coming forward. He wants to break up, okay? and he wants a big sorting out. Right, so he's feeling that the whole relationship needs to be sorted out. So there's obviously issues on his side and your side too, because it's a two-way street, that need to be sat down and spoken about in order to move forward. Here are the children. You said you had 2 children, and there they are. Okay. That's a boy and a girl. I don't know if you have a boy and a girl. And then we have the 10 of coins and the 8 of cups and the 10 of swords. So this is him wanting to move forward again, okay? He does feel a little bit guilty, but he does feel there is something wrong with the family, in the sense that either he's not coping with the family the way it's structured, he might not be doing enough, doesn't want the response. 10 swords for me sometimes is about they don't want the responsibility of the relationship. Just going to pull one more card. I do feel he's still prepared to look at your relationship, but you can't just walk away from 2 children without giving good reason. What does he mean by not working? Okay, this is where you have to pull it apart. What's not working for him, and also what is not working for you. So that would suggest getting a reading or sitting down and talking with him to be a bit more specific about things. Yeah. So I hope that helps you in some way to pin it down a little bit more, be a bit finer, find out what is at the root of all of this. Okay. Thanks for your question, Roxana. Right, okay. I now have one from Michael. Hello, Michael. It says, hi, Anne. I started a job today, but I'm treating it as a stepping stone. When will I be able to get a much better job, and will it be local or overseas? And that's from Michael. Let's have a look, Michael. So we've started a job today. And we want to see if you're going to get a better job or will it be overseas. So I hope your first day went well. First days are always a bit nerve-wracking no matter what. Right, okay, so there does seem... Right, okay. The job that you really want to be doing is something different, totally different to what you're doing now. Completely different. And it would make you extremely happy and feel very contented if you can get into that. I do feel as if there is an opportunity here to get a different job. I've got 9, so 9 weeks or by September. Is it overseas? At the moment, it's not showing me. Let's have a look. At the moment, I don't feel there is anything to indicate that it's overseas just yet, but you don't know what things lead to, do you? So I would say 9 weeks to the 9th month, September, whereby there will be another job in here, but it's going to be very different to the one that you're doing right now, okay? Hope that makes sense, Michael, and thanks for your question. Right, like I said, if you don't want to wait till, much longer, you can jump the queue by using our VIP service and moving yourself up the list to get your question answered quicker. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. We've got Helen, and this, hi Helen, and she's saying, I could really use some guidance on my love life. I have been single for a long time, on and off over the last 13 years. The relationships I had during that time were short-lived, and I do feel that is due to me. So let's have a look and see what's coming in for you. So basically, if we started, instead of guidance with my love life, it's guidance about ourselves. Do we need to do some work on ourselves? If we do, what is it I need to do? You need to be nurturing and honoring yourself. I kind of feel as if when you get in a relationship, there's a lot of things that come up from the past, or there's these insecurities that kind of make you run away, or take a deep breath as if I feel like I'm retreating fast. But what I would say to you with that is that there's something else going on in you. As at that point, it's not the person's fault, it's how you feel. Whether we're setting too high expectations initially, whether we're not allowing ourselves time to get to know somebody. I would call it more like, what work would I want to do on myself so that I can enter into a relationship and be loving, accept love for things to work. And I think that's what I'm getting from my guides here. It's the acceptance of love and the giving of love that frightens you. So let's have a look and see. I will say to you as well that they're talking to me about something being taken away from you. So I don't know whether you love someone or whether we're talking a parent, that someone was taken away from you, and you had, every time you go to love somebody, it's taken away in one shape or form or another. And that's what they're giving me here as to what's going on with you. Right, okay, so time to heal. I'm going to pull you an angel card as well, because I just feel as if this, you've got here the Four of Swords, which is taking time out to heal yourself. See that? Okay, there it is. So what I'm going to look at are the angel cards. And there you go. You need to be able to trust your own instincts. You don't trust people, you don't trust yourself. Trust is lacking, and we need a lot of trust in a relationship. So this is the guidance they're giving you regarding love. You need to be able to trust yourself and trust the other person. So I think we would start there, my darling, in getting you into shape for a love life. Okay, lots of love and thanks for your question. Right, so let's have a look and see where we're at now. We've got and we've got Sloane's Lass. This is a I'm just checking. This is a different one. She sent another one in. So Sloane's Lass. Hi, Anne, my ex-Gemini, because you didn't tell me that last time, did you? It was a Gemini. Strayed into a gaslighting relationship with an Aries girl. Will this end soon, as he is putting me and the children through turmoil? Right, okay. Bless you. He's a Gemini. Thank you for the star sign. Right. See what she's done here is she's had a free question answered, but would love a response because it resonates with her. And she sent through the next one on the premium, on the VIP service. So we've been able to answer it right away. So well done, Sloane's Lass. Good thinking. So there we go. If you've had a question answered and you would like more, then pop onto the premium VIP service and you can have another question. So let's have a look and see. Gemini. Let's have a look at Mr. Gemini. And there he is, Mr. Gemini. And this is the King of Swords. I call him the man who doesn't speak, in the sense. I know Geminis do, but they're very flirty. But there he is. Right. Interesting story, this. His whole actions with the gaslighting and messing with somebody called an Aries girl, the whole feeling is, again here I've got, is someone who is not serious about all this messing around, in other words. And I kind of feel as if he doesn't know what he wants. He seems to be under a great deal of duress. And I think this messing around with this other girl, kind of he thought, this will solve my problems. But it hasn't solved his problems. And he is going to sit down and look at this much closer and realise that actually he did have the love around him at home. So how much more? He's juggling things. You've got about another month to 6 weeks here, where there looks to be some good news coming in. But he's causing a little bit of drama here. So, not an easy time to wait. So I always say, in that time, pull your energy back and say, what do I want? What is it I want now? You know, you're the injured party. Pull your power back. I'm going to be in control, and I'm going to say what goes. But I do feel he's coming back because he realizes actually that's where the love was all along, and not with this fanciful idea of what he's been doing. And that's what it feels like, flirtatious, fanciful. A little bit of a crisis. Don't know how old he is, but an emotional crisis with him there. Right, okay, if that makes sense, like I say, I will be logged on after 8 o'clock, and then you can ask me the big questions. Okay, so let's process that. And I've done that one. We've got Martin now. So, hi Martin. How is my career in 2023? New employer, better life? Martin, we're with you on that one. Hey, I think everybody is, that question's on everybody's tongues. Are we going to have a better life in 2023? Let's have a look and see. A new employer, Martin. Let's see what's coming up for you. Just can't see where you're going, can you? Looking at this. Right. Now, the advice from the cards is saying you need to trust your own intuition. This is a psychic lady. This is where you need to be feeling, sort of thinking a logical thing. It's a feeling. So if you're feeling you're not in the right place, then we need to take steps to move it, okay? I would say here that there's a speeding up of time. So I want to say over the next 8 weeks, there's a lot of things happening. There are new people coming in around you. And I also want to say, I don't know if you're changing your car, thinking of changing, or you've just done it, but there's also a sense of being focused on your goals. So instead of asking, is it going to be a good year? The statement is, this is my year. The affirmation, I deserve this year to be the best. Yeah. So we want to work with affirmations, and I want to say there's a sense of balance coming in, but this is the year where you start to make decisions with how you feel, not what you think. Your intuition is opening up. You've also got training and learning here. So I don't know if you're thinking of doing some courses. Maybe that is something you need to do to move yourself on. But July seems very significant for change and moving forward. Okay, so over to you, Martin. Thanks for your question. Right, we're at 7:30. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. We're at 7:30, so I'm halfway through the hour. Remember, I will be logging on at Oh, give me 8:05. So we'll switch everything off and relog on. If you had a question answered and you like the response, you feel there's a connection, you can use the VIP service, and that way you can, sorry about my phone, you can then ask another question, okay? So let's just have a look. And I think somebody's done that. Oh, they're coming on the premium rates. They've used the VIP service, so that's where I have to go. This is from Margot. Hello, Margot. She's asking, will I get back together with my ex, Sean? He's Gemini. Thank you for putting the star sign in. He started dating someone else. Will they last? Right. Sean's Gemini. Sean, Gemini. Is there a reconciliation between Sean and Margot? First off. I don't think he liked what he did, and I know you've been very upset with this. Right. I feel as if he's trying to approach you to be friends, but I feel as if you're saying, no, I need to sort out what you want. He doesn't feel good about himself. I feel that he's kind of come back to, I'm not saying apologize, but ease the feeling between the two of you, is how I would put that. And I don't think he feels good either about walking away from you. However, I still feel he's going to stay with this one for a while. Yeah. But what I will say to you is, who is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn man that's coming in around you? Look at that. Look at his eyes. So if you let him go and don't hang on to things, the universe is bringing someone. I know maybe this time it's not what you want. However, the universe is saying, be open. There is someone else to step in. So if you choose to emotionally move away from this, the universe will bring in someone new for you, more for you to be more deserving. You're deserving of more. There we go, is what they're saying. Okay, so yeah, don't feel too great with him coming back in the way to start again. Don't think about whether they will last or not. That would drive you insane. Just think about what you feel, okay? And watch where someone else is talking to you. Right, okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so we've got Romeo. And they say, I had a big argument with my dad. I want to know how to deal with my dad in the best way. Right, okay. And we don't want to be falling out with our dads and our mums. Right, let's ask the question, how does Romeo deal? I get the feeling is what I'm being given here is, if you have kind of raised your voice or you've kind of talked 100 miles an hour here, the first thing is, okay, I didn't want it to come out that way, and I am sorry. So in the way you had this argument, not what you actually said, you're not saying sorry for what you said, because I don't believe you need to say you're sorry for what you said, but in the way it all came about. We're sorry for the situation and where it led to, yeah? So that's the first thing I'm being given here. And straight out the blocks, there's Dad. Okay, so let's have a look and see. There's the battle. It's quite a battle, yeah? Obstacles, battling, right. Disappointments and disillusionment. Was it anything to do, did it have a financial consequence in some way? And have you bottled this up for quite some time? Because you were quite emotional. There seems to have been some confusion here. I will say that in amongst all of this, the moon is giving me the illusion and confusion energy. There it is. So did he hear what you said properly? Did he understand what you said? Did you hear what he said properly? Did you understand? This is all the moon, is illusionary emotion it gives off. However, there is a reconciliation. Okay? Let's see how your dad's feeling. I don't think, yeah, there's your dad. He's praying that this will blow over. He didn't really want this to happen deep down inside. And he can be quite stubborn too. So I feel here the best way to deal with this is to try and open the dialogue with, listen, I'm really sorry. I didn't want all that to happen the way it did. I just wanted you to hear what I'm saying. You're not apologizing for what you're actually saying. You're just apologizing for it getting out of hand and that you don't want this rift, okay? So, and I do feel it will be sorted out, okay? Take good care and thanks for your question. Right, okay, let's have a look and see who's next. We have Deborah. And Deborah is saying, how do I make my relationship with my son better? How do I not feel guilty leaving or distancing from toxic family members? How do I heal from generational trauma? Ooh, big word. That, Deborah, would be better in a call. Okay? How do you heal from generational trauma? There's things like affirmations, crystals, Reiki, that can all help you to release all of that energy. How do I not feel guilty? When you understand that everyone is accountable for their own actions and you are not held responsible for anybody else's, only your own. So we acknowledge the accountability for our part in something, but we can't take on other people's. That's theirs. That's their responsibility. And when you understand that line, it's about boundaries. This is mine. I'll take care of this. That's yours. I'm not taking care of that. You need to take care of that. You usually find a lot of people don't. Like the people that don't say the sorry, or the people that won't admit that they were wrong, or it never happened, you know? So first of all, don't beat yourself up for something that your family is doing. You're saying about healing the relationship with your son, how to leaving or distancing yourself from a toxic family member. If you stay in toxicity, you will remain in toxicity. Once you start to, we call it raising the vibration. Once you start to raise your vibration, and I'm not being involved in their drama, and I am not being dragged into what they want, and I am walking away, I am not going to shout about it. I am better than that. There's no need for this in my life, okay? When you raise your vibration, your son's vibration will raise too, okay? Because you are changing the energy around. It's quite a lot of explaining here, but if I can do it in a nutshell. You are the one that needs to raise your vibration, not be drawn into this toxicity of this family. Be accountable for what you're accountable for, but you're not accountable for what other people are accountable for. If they can't see that, then that's up to them, not you. You can't make somebody. But if you distance yourself from all of that, which is what you're doing, you will raise your vibration, and your son's vibration will raise too, okay? So that's probably, in a minute's time, the best I can do. Look, you've drawn the angel of healing. You will be healing. You are moving into healing. And think about the Reiki, healing, spiritual healing, crystal healing, essential oils, and affirmations. There are lots of things that you can do, and a reading you can get to heal you, okay? So that's the advice from your angels, my darling. Well, good luck with that. And if you need more, then please do come back. Right, and we have another premium. So Simon's jumped the queue. Simon, we're on your text now. It says, "Hello, I'm Scorpio, and my ex Alexandra is a Pisces. She's withheld the children from me. Will this be resolved, and will we get back together again?" Oh, Simon, you're a Scorpio and she's a Piscean. 2 water signs. Right, okay, let's have a look and see. Well, first and foremost, it's about resolving this for the children, isn't it? They have to come first in a relationship. So, needing some time out to think things through. Look at this on an equal footing. What did I do? What did they do? How did this situation come about? Right, there is an apology here. Now, I don't know whether you need to say, look, I'm sorry it's got to this stage, or whether if that's not the case, then she'll say, I'm sorry, right? There is an offer of a truce. You have been really let down. There's one of the children. There we go. Communication with one of the children. And then we've got a happier home. So I want to know, you've got about 4 weeks here. Just one more time. The Lovers. Oh, and a reconciliation. The Lovers. So it's there. So it needs the communication as to, can we just identify, how did we get here? Can you explain to me, how did we get here? What happened? Can we talk that through? But the children need to be on a structure. They need to have a regular structure. So try and work with making sure that the children are first, which I know you will, but it's like they need to know that they can see you either every other day or every weekend or whatever, which gives you time then to discuss things with your partner. Thank you for your question. These are big questions. The work. I always say the real work is done on a reading, because you've got time to think about new things, new questions, which way, what direction, what you need to be aware of, what advice it's giving you. Can you work with that? If you can't work with that, we can look for something else. Your potential to grow as a person. So there's so many things that we do on a reading. We now have another premium text in, and this is from Gosha. And Gosha says, will John, he's a Pisces, thank you for putting in the star sign, thank you for listening, reach out to me. We've not spoken for a couple of weeks. Can you see a committed relationship for you? Right, so this is John Piscean. Where's Mr. Pisces? Is there a committed relationship for the two of you? Contentment and happiness. The Magician's here again. It's all about who wants to be in control. This is talk, 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 talk. Now, these conversations, there is a little bit of magic going on, right? This is what you want, the committedness of a relationship. You can see it there. It's what you want. But to get it, this is what we have to do. You have to be in conversations. Now it takes two to come. I want to say March time. You've got the Empress, you've got new beginnings here. So that's March. When you think your back's to the wall, it's not. Bring it back to common sense. One of you is working very hard as well. And there's the big sorting out. Now, this is not going to be resolved overnight. We've got in 7 days, could take about 7 weeks. However, the fact we've got the Judgment card means this is all where things are really sorted out. So I do feel as if there is hope there. Yeah, and there's the partnership. So I'm pleased about that. So I'm going to say 2 weeks to 7 weeks is the window I've got from what I've got coming out there. Oops. So thank you for sending in your premium question. You used the VIP service. Well done, you. So he got a question. Now he can go off and do whatever he needs to do. And he's got some guidance. Right, let's see who's on next. This one is from Debbie. And it says, I am torn between being with my daughter and grandchildren and my elderly mother. I have been travelling between the two, but it's a long drive and wears me down. Should I be staying close to mum now? What a difficult thing to do. You have the right to enjoy your daughter and your grandchildren. And I'm just throwing this around in here. What I'm getting here is you have the right to be with your daughter and your grandchildren, okay? Your mum had the chance to be with you and her grandchildren, okay? What I'm hearing here is we need support. Now, whether that is carers or somebody else to go and visit her, and splitting your time, not that you're worn out. So 2 days with mum, 2 days with daughter, grandchildren, 2 days for yourself, and what you do on the other days up to you. So they're showing me about splitting your week up, but it's also showing me there is some support needed for you to feel more comfortable knowing that mum is in good hands. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know how able she is to look after herself. But you mustn't feel guilty, because you do have a right to spend that time. Your mum had that right to spend that time with you and your grandchildren, and you have that right too. It is very much about you're the meat in the middle of the sandwich and you're being pulled all over the place. So what I will do is pull you an angel card. Oh, new love. Somebody getting a puppy or a dog. There is something here, or someone here, that is bringing a great deal of new love and happiness in for you. Look, you've also got the healing card as well. Don't run yourself ragged, okay? Because if you do, who then looks after mum? So you need to get some support. I don't know if you've got it in place or you need to up it, but I would say get some support. And you do have the right to be with your daughter, okay? And it depends on the situation. Obviously, if it was something so serious, you had to be there 24/7 for a short space of time, fine. But because I haven't got the background details of that, look at support and look at balancing your week, okay? So that you're not walking away feeling guilty. All right, lots of love. Thanks for your question. Right, we've got about 10 minutes to go. Let's have a look and see who the next one is. So please remember, I am going to log on. My PIN number is 500345. But I will be on screen and I will be available for another hour after this. If it's very busy, then I will stay on longer. That's absolutely fine. And I will put my hours up for the week. I'm a little bit juggling things at the moment because I do lots of other things through the day. So I'm juggling a little bit with different things. But in the main, I usually do a couple of hours in the evenings when is my best time to catch me. Okay. So let's just have a look and see the next question. And of course, don't forget, we have a whole host of fabulous psychics on the website. So if you can't wait, there's lots of other psychics on there that will more than happily give you the guidance that you need. Right, okay, so we have Alex. And Alex says, I have been writing a science fiction fantasy novel for teen young adult readers for about 14 years now. I'm on the third edit of this 450 page tome book or page to me. I'm wondering if I should get this book to the public or if I should just forget it and hit delete. Oh, I can't hit delete. Right, okay. So, Alex, don't hit delete. There are things, we call it divine timing, don't we? And some things can take an awful long time to come to fruition. I have to say, I am in the making of my own oracle cards, and I'm now in my 4th year because we had the pandemic, we had illnesses, we had you name it, and it's down to divine timing. Don't quit, because if you quit, you will never ever know. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the cards are saying. Things take. Oh, wow, that came out. You saw that fly out? That's the Justice card. Balance. That would be published because you've got the legalities going with it. So don't give up. There are other ways of publishing. You don't always have to have a publisher, do you? You can put it on Amazon and sell it that way. You can get them printed yourself and sell them that way. There's different ways. You're not tied into one way with this. Right, okay, so what I'm getting here is you going on to social media, say like TikTok or whatever, and reading out parts of this book to get a reaction from the audience. And that seems to build up, and that seems to be quite good. That's what I'm seeing. Right, illusion and confusion, the tower, a breakthrough, 6 weeks. So you've got around about the 6-week mark, there is something different coming along, which helps you to move forward. But look at this, 10 of coins, 10 of cups. What does that say to you? Happiness, contentment, fulfillment, good times. You will get there, okay? Now, this may represent October, with being 10, or 10 weeks. So, well, it's 9 and 10, so 9 and 10 weeks. So don't give up, okay? You have the contracts there with this. Divine timing, okay? Hand it over to the universe to sort it out. My favourite one. I've got no control over this, hand it to the universe. Get the monkey off my shoulders, make me feel good, let me know it's being dealt with in the universe, okay? So good luck with everything, but don't give up. Right, okay, let's have a little look and see who else is here. We have Tanya. Hello, Tanya. And she's saying, I've been dating John for 3 years, going on 4 years in Feb 2023. Do you feel him considering getting engaged this year? Or is he still unsure of where this relationship is going for him? Right, okay, let's have a look at him. John for 3 years. Okay. Right, John for 3 years. Whoa, he's all over the place. Let's see. Let's have a look at John. How his feelings towards Tanya. I think you two have got a beautiful friendship, and you need a solid friendship to take things into a relationship. But he doesn't show his emotions, does he? Look, the man who doesn't speak. Very cold. Let's see. Is he an air sign? Aquarius, Gemini. Because you don't tell me. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But he's very cold here. Just not revealing himself. And it's like when push comes to shove, you're the one that has to sort of bring the matter up. And also in that time, has he been back and forth, because there's a return back too. Right, so I feel he will eventually make a commitment, yeah. But it's not until you kind of nicely put your foot down, assert yourself. And I also feel there's something to do with his mother here. Is she quite a strong person? But I do feel that the world talks about the end of a conclusion, the end of a cycle. I'm not saying it's the end of the relationship. I'm saying it's the end of the situation you're in, not being engaged. And I feel, is this a bit soon, April, May, where he's back in control. He feels in full power. And there's the Empress. You see the Empress there holding the baby. That's the embryonic symbolism of new beginnings. And there's the things of the plentiful at the bottom. So no, I don't feel that he wants to be on his own forever and a day. And I think if you look at this, that shows circular, the ring. Yeah. So I do feel there will be a ring. I either want to go May time or March, April, May, June. May to June. May, June, July. Those are the months to get a well started for you with this relationship and commitment. Okay, hope that makes sense. Thank you for your question. Right, 1958. Let's just do one more text. We have a question here from Kim. When will my partner and I get back together? I cannot lose him. Do you see it happening? If so, when? Kim. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what we've got with Kim and a partner. Is there a reconciliation? Oh, lovely. Look, we've got the Ace of Cups. Look at the beauty of that. That is the tumbling joys of love, a new emotional beginning, okay? And it's being offered up by him, right? There he is, offering you the hand of love. And there you are, feeling secure, steady, and happy, right? All of this. He's very sorry. Look at that. He does love you. This one takes a partner for life, but he does love you. So I would say yes, and there's the commitment. You've got all the cards here, everything here. Has he made a bit of something to do with feeling guilty? Has he just made a mess of everything? But there is a big apology here as well. So it does look good. It's going to take a little time, so just don't expect it tomorrow. These things have to be put together slowly and surely so they can last. But it's looking very good. The prospects of it are very, very good. Right, okay. Now I do know I've got lots more text messages here, but I'm actually running out of time. Can you believe that? It is 8 o'clock. And I do apologise, but there's a number of questions here. So many. So thank you so much for sending in your questions. You've kept me really, really busy. I do hope it's always a privilege, you know, to answer your questions, to look at your situations and give you the guidance. Always a privilege. So if you want to know more, then like I say, I'm going to get logged on in around, give me 5 minutes when I grab a glass of water in between. I will be on through the week as well. I will be here next Monday, so you'll have the opportunity again. And think about the VIP service where you can jump the queue and get your questions answered quicker. Okay, so thank you for joining me here, and I will see you here next Sunday. So I'm going to pull your card. If you didn't get a reading, I'm going to leave you with an angel card. Oh, romance is not dead. And even if you are not interested in romance, treat yourself to something nice. Romance yourself. Be kind and nurture yourself. But for those looking for it, there is romance around the corner. How nice is that? So it's goodbye from me. And like I say, Ask the Anne will be back next Monday, 7 o'clock. Be there. Don't forget to send your questions in. Maybe go the VIP route so that you'll get your question answered quicker. Okay? Lots of love from me. Have a great week. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. Bye for